Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, we're going to be talking about transit Saturn Sextile or Trine one's natal midheaven. Now, this transit could manifest in the career, hard work, the father, authority figures, older people, responsibilities, discipline, and structure being in harmony with one's career, and I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. Now, the thing is, one way this could manifest, this could be about the father, older people, authority figures, may be really, more in harmony with your career at this present point in time. If you're midheaven is an Aquarius, say that career could be astrology, computers, innovation, electronics, meteorology, aviation, as some examples, and also how your public image as well. I mean, if you could be midheaven is an Aquarius, it could be really or reputation. It could be a reputation for being a could be humanitarian, someone that's very altruistic and selfless, as some other examples. And this could also be a propitious time for hard labor that is connected, um, with the dominant parent, which is often the father. If the transit Saturn, say, is in Taurus, it could be doing some kind of gardening, cultivation, carpet laying. It could be working with rocks or dealing with something like geology. Some examples: agriculture or architecture. Um, the thing about this is what makes this an interesting transit. It's positive, of course, because it's making, the transit Saturn is making a sextile, a trine to the natal midheaven, which of course is a good relationship by aspect. But both this energy is very comparable, of course, because Saturn can be connected with the career. So is the midheaven. In some cases, if you're the kind of person, if you're or I should say, if you're somebody that is, does have like, two careers going simultaneously, this could be the time where you're more apt to be able to handle both of them and juggle both of them at the same time, more so than you ordinarily would. And this is also a time where you may be able to handle responsibilities better for with the dominant parent, which is often the father. If you have to do something, connected, say if the natal midheaven is in Scorpio, it could be some insurance related matter or will. Could be something with taxes or doing something connected with recycling, as some other examples. And this could also be it's a favorable transit for, I would say as well, being the authority, so to speak, on your own work, being able to, it could be a time where you may shine a little bit more too in your profession. I understand that Saturn and midheaven, I mean, Saturn is not about shining whatsoever, but the fact is Saturn is about authority, and it can be like, you might be able to be, be that authority on what you're doing in your position. People might, recognize that you really, it could be, know what you're doing in terms of your own position. It could be that time during this transit you may get more, remarks that are like, "Oh, you really know your job well, do you?" And things of that nature. Now, this could also be a time, I mean, it could simply be about being more responsible for your own responsibilities, so for the things that need to be done, that are on your hands, that you need to take care of. That it's also working very hard, laborious. It could be a very positive time for laborious efforts that are associated with your responsibilities, at this point in time. If the let's say the natal midheaven is in Capricorn, those responsibilities maybe could be connected with accounting or doing something with masonry. Could be business related matters or something with politics or the government, as some other examples. It could be something that involves structure. It could be doing something in some construction field, as another example. Now, it's also a time which could be very auspicious, let's say, for working very hard in order to accomplish tasks at this point in time. Saturn is about laborious efforts, and midheaven can be connected with our achievements and our accomplishments. So this could be a very propitious time to be able to do that through hard, work, through very methodical, energy at this point in time. And it may be, natal midheaven is in Sagittarius, and those accomplishments may be connected with publishing or advertising, or doing something, could be associated with foreign travel, or could be, we're doing something with sports or printing press operation, as some other examples. And this could be a time where it might be an opportunity to have, at your career, to be more successful at this time. Whether it's through your accomplishments, whether it's attaining greater position at this time. I would say this could be an opportune time to attain a greater position of authority if there is that opportunity at your place of business. Like, say, if you've been in a subordinate or subservient role for some time, this could be an excellent time to move up the ladder, because the midheaven and Saturn are both associated with authority. Midheaven is connected with our stature in life and social status, and when the stature in life and social status escalates and improves, often you're going to a higher position as a result. This could be a time for laborious efforts to move up that ladder, to become more successful at this time, and be and move perhaps to a higher level and higher standing at your own your place of business at this point in time. Now, again, the midheaven is connected, with our public image and reputation. So it's a time where the father, older people, and authority figures may be more propitious toward you improving that at this time. It could be simply about putting in a good word for you, helping you, with credentials, if you're able to use, say, older person or the father as a reference, whether it's your credibility reference or what have you, when you're trying to, apply for a job at some business. This could be the time where those people can be very favorable for you doing so. Now, the thing about this is it could be a time also where, again, Saturn being connected with the father, authority figures, and older people may be more in favor of that side of you that may be hard to suppress, which is connected, which is the midheaven. And it could be the good attributes that are associated with the midheaven. And going back to Aquarius as an example, it could be, some unique quality about the person, or altruistic, selfless qualities, humanitarian qualities, even non-conforming energy. Non-conforming is not always bad. Being the non-conformist is not always terrible. If you're doing something in a unique or different manner that others may not do, and if it's effective, it's not always negative. So it's also a time where you can work. It's an opportunity to work hard in order to attain notoriety and recognition at your place of business at this point in time, and be very disciplined in order, in terms of what you're doing, to attain that recognition, to get acclaim and get recognized for the work that you are doing at this point in time. Now, another way this transit can manifest, it could be about taking responsibility, which is Saturn, to just career related, which is the midheaven matters. If the natal midheaven is in Gemini, as an example, that career could be connected with journalism, writing, data or satellite communications, or something associated with manual dexterity, such as auto or refrigeration mechanics. Now, this could also be a time with the father, which is Saturn, could be more in harmony and agreement, again, with that side that is difficult to suppress, which is the midheaven. Now, let's say, for example, if the midheaven is in Sagittarius, it could be a very jocular or jovial or optimistic or philosophical side. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, now this could also be a time where it could be auspicious for planned and premeditated, which is Saturn. Something planned and premeditated that could require hard labor, which you know, this is in which can be connected with the midheaven. Now, let's say, for example, if the transit Saturn is in the zodiac sign Cancer, it can be a home renovation, remodeling, roofing. It could be something with plumbing or laundry, as some examples. This could also be propitious for laborious work, which is Saturn, and it can be to accomplish, which is the midheaven, something. Now, if the midheaven is in Scorpio, as an example, it could be recycling, doing something with trash or refuge, uh, maybe making maybe it's a transformation of some kind. Um, it's also could be a positive transit for concentration, which is Saturn, on activities with the dominant parent, which is the midheaven. Now, let's say if the midheaven is in Taurus, the dominant parent may be a Taurus sun, moon, or ascendant, or simply embody those characteristics. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.